Okay, welcome all. We're ready to start this webinar on Dynamicweb Rapido, the next release that we just broadcast or gave out last Tuesday. It was supposed to call Rapido 1.1. We called it Rapido 1.0 Beta 2 instead, and we did that because we haven't done as many live testing scenarios as we would have liked to have done. So instead of telling you something that is not true, we call it Beta 2 instead. But we're still working with the first customers, so we should already have a part of that as part of this release as well. So, and with me today, I have Jennifer. She's the product manager of the Rapido, so she's responsible for the development of all this. And those of you who attended the summit in September have also met her there, and she will also do part of this presentation. And then, of course, there's me. Just to recap what Rapido is all about, Rapido is not only a template set from us, but it's a concept that covers the process of going from custom code and custom implementation on all our solutions to do as much configuration as we can do, instead of starting with a blank template from time to time. So that's the general Rapido recipe. You know this from Rap, and Rapido is a much more configurable system that also has some levels of customizations in it. So basically Rapido consists of 3 different levels. The first level is using all the configuration that we give you from the website settings and the page properties and so on. And on top of that, you can go into what we call Ignite, which is a customization endpoint in Rapido, where you can create your own CSS to modify how Rapido works. And you do this by going into some list files and using some dvmod classes in CSSs and so on to get your customizations into the system without changing the base Rapido. And of course, you also have the last level is adding your own templates or change the templates that we deliver with the Rapido itself. But the overall aim of all this is, of course, for you to create as much of a solution using configuration and do as little as possible using customizations instead. So that's the basic idea of Rapido. So, but to give you an idea of what all of this is, Jennifer will just walk you through some of the things that can be done with configuration in Rapido. So, please take over, Jennifer.
Yes, hello. So some of you that have downloaded Rapido last week, you have seen this before. We have Rapido with different content pages and a product catalog where you have products like bikes, clothing, accessories,